Hello and welcome. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today, and I want to apologize because I do not get my videos up when I say I will. Obviously, as you can see here, I've been doing things, but they're not videos I'm going to show you. I wanted to, but I was experimenting with making paper plates in various or plates in different ways. I created a bunch of little books. I did some vegetables and stuff just to try to get back on track doing polymer clay because it's been years. And I created a little cooking pot. But my explanation for why you won't see these is because YouTube is full of videos of people making miniature books. And they're very good videos. They're full of people making miniature food. And they're very good, they're very good at making food. They make pots and plates and all that stuff. And it's like, I guess my own conscience is like, how many more of those do you guys want to see? You know, I don't care if it's me or whatever. There's just so many out there and so many talented miniaturists that do this stuff. And I'm sure, there are ones, I know there are ones that are way better than me. So that's kind of where I'm at with stuff. I decide, oh, hey, this would be a cool thing to do. And then I start thinking, but do you really want to watch me do something that's been done like a billion times? I don't know. I don't know, and that's kind of the problem with my bringing you videos. I get an idea, and then it's like, yeah, but everybody else is doing it. Um, I used to pride myself on being innovative, and like I would try to come up with new and different things, but being a miniaturist and watching a lot of very talented miniaturists on YouTube, I just I go to do videos like this, and then I'm just like, but there's so many. I'm not going to bring anything to you that hasn't already been done. And like I said, by people better than me. So that's where I'm at. And that's why I don't get my videos up a lot of times because I just sit there and go, you know, is this what you want? Because I don't know. I'm not you. So anyway, I thought what I would do today is introduce myself because although you know some about me, you may not all know all about me. And don't worry, I'm not going to share any, things that shouldn't be shared. So here goes. I am in my early 60s. Um, I am divorced after a marriage of 31 years that, in all honesty, I should have left years before I did. But I held on that it could work. And instead of being smart and saying, hey, it's time to bail, I held on. It was a mistake. Um, I grew up in the largest city of South Dakota, and I now live in a small town. And it's a very nice, quiet, peaceful town. People mind their own business. Um, and in all honesty, I found the men are much friendlier than the women. Um, but I've met some really nice ladies too. So I live with my brother Rob. He too is single, and we just decided to buy a house together. It's a very quirky little house. Somewhere on here, I think I have a video where I toured the house the day we really started cleaning to move in. Um, it needs a lot of work, and that's okay. That's why how I bought it, and I expected it. But I love the quirkiness of it, and I honestly, never get tired of coming home. um, my my job, for those of you who don't know, I work in a group home for developmentally disabled people, and I absolutely, positively love my job. It's like I quit for 3 months because I was overwhelmed. I couldn't get time off, and I went back. And I went back mostly because I missed those people so bad. Um, I have 4 cats. Most of them like, 3 of them like to be outside most all of the time when the weather's nice, and one of them even when it's not nice. I think you'll all remember if you watched my past videos when Kitty got lost for a week. She's not the one that likes to be outside all the time, but yeah, she's definitely a challenge. I have 2 beautiful daughters who I am so extremely proud of. I have 3 grandchildren, 2 boys and a girl. I have 3 granddogs and 2 grandcats, and I love them so much. They're such a joy in my family. Um, I have one of those lives where if something's going to go wrong, it's probably going to go drastically, catastrophically wrong. And I just had that happen a couple weeks ago. As some of you know, I just bought a brand new car, which I love. And I was driving to work on a really windy day. And some guy was coming in a pickup and obviously had a bunch of lumber boards in the back, didn't secure them. The gust of wind hit just right, blew them out of his pickup right in front of my car, and I could not stop in time to avoid them. In fact, I thought I was going to have about a 3x3 sheet of plywood right through my window. The boards did fall to the ground, but I ran them over because I couldn't stop. I was trying, and he took off. So I now have to pay to have the bumper on my car fixed because I called my insurance and my premium will raise. And with paying for the car and stuff, I don't want that to happen too. So I'm probably going to end up paying it out of my pocket. I just need to get a few more estimates. Yeah, because my premium will raise for 3 years. I've been paying these people for I don't know how many years. I have one claim, just one. Boom, we're raising your rates. Now, I don't need that on top of paying for my car, so I'm kind of outspoken and kind of, I don't know what you call it, determined in those ways, but I don't think it's right. It's plain and simple. Okay, so anyway, I do have collections, and one of them is I count my dollhouses and miniatures as a collection. I also collect um, vintage Barbie up to 1973, and I collect 1950s and 60s high heel fashion dolls. So all of my life, from the time I was a little girl, dolls have been my passion. Sewing for them, making them, whatever. I love them. I always have, and I always will. Uh, some people, oh, you play with dolls. No, I do not play with dolls. I collect dolls, and I like to make nice things for them. Just like I love my miniatures. And I don't call it playing when you sit there and rearrange a dollhouse. Okay, I'm just not about that. In a way, yes, it is playing. I'll give it that. It is, and it's fun, and I like it, and I won't apologize. Nor will I apologize for my dolls. Um, I also have a collection, and don't think me too weird, but I collect vintage girls' cat eye glasses from the 50s and 60s. It's just a passion of mine. I have cat eye glasses. So, yeah. Um, it's just something I really like and I remember from my childhood. Um, and they're just cute. Okay, they're just cute. Okay, I make no apologies. I could collect worse things. Anyway, back to the dolls. Actually, sewing used to be one of my passions. My mother was a wonderful seamstress. She used to be a supervisor in a large um, clothing manufacturer in Omaha when she was young. And she taught me how to sew, and I'll tell you what, she was amazing. I'll give her that. My love of dolls for a while was antique dolls, but I think, as we know, they were and still are very, very expensive. I have a few that I have bought over the years. And then I want to share something with you. Don't judge the size of this picture because it was back when everybody was doing scrapbooking and cutting pictures with those crazy scissors. And I did this because I wanted it smaller. I used to make reproductions of antique porcelain dolls. And I can honestly tell you on this one, I made every single thing except for her eyeballs. So here she is. I found this picture the other day. The picture's old and faded. I know there's a glare, but, and I'm pretty sure this camera's not focusing good. I can't tell. But yeah, so that's what I used to do. I still have my molds. I still have the kiln, which my ex-husband, I asked him to bring it over to my new house, and he didn't pad it and broke the bottom. So And I don't know if it even still worked because it was a digital one. It was one of the first ones. And the place I bought it from said mine lasted longer than everybody else's. So I don't know. But that's what I used to do. And it was just a personal challenge to me to see if I could do it. I took lessons from a wonderful lady who was very talented, and she studied under Jean Nordquist in Seattle. For any of you who like dolls, I'm sure Jean's name is well known. She's also now reproducing the old doll houses, such as the Gottschalk. Oh, the names are escaping me, but the lithographed doll houses, she's reproducing those now. So some of you might know her from that. I never met the lady, but I was so happy to find the instructor that I found to teach me how to do things. I have, in my lifetime, been a volunteer firefighter and first responder, which I loved deeply. I guess I was somehow born to help people, although I must admit, not being a beautiful on the outside human, people were not very kind to me. But I still believe in peace, love, harmony, and giving back. So that's kind of who I am. I've got a crazy family history story. I wanted to trace my ancestry, and I went on one of the sites, and it's probably the best site, at least in the US, if not in the world, or one of them. And so I thought, well, I'll start with the people I know, and this in itself is weird. Okay, so I went to my great grandfather on my dad's side, and honestly, I don't even know if my last name is what it really is. We can find nothing on this man at all. He is credited with the last name that I use. However, family history says that he and his son, back in the 1700s, got into a fight, and his son changed his name. They never spoke again. And so, even though this man is listed with that name, I cannot find anything about him. So, I don't know what the actual last name was. So, maybe it's my last name, maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't care. It's been, God, almost about 300 years. Yeah, so that was the first weird, quirky little thing. So, anyway, I took his wife, and when I got to her and traced her family back, I found out that, and this is a fact, William the Conqueror was my 24th or 25th great grandfather. Weird, right? Okay, so after getting over that, I decided to trace. I was also tracing my mother's family, and I went by her dad's, side. And when I did that, I found out that we were related to Norman Knights who came over to Wales, and that they were father and son, same name, and the father fought at the Battle of Hastings with William the Conqueror. So one side of my family is tied to the other side of my family in that respect. Going on down to King Henry II, my family is tied to him on my dad's side, and then it's tied to him also on my mother's side because the knight who was the son of the knight who fought at the Battle of Hastings fought and did things with King Henry II. So this is all really freaking me out because you think almost 1,000 years later, my mom and my dad got married. So how weird is that? I mean, people go, "Oh, that gives me chills," and I'm like, I still find it hard to believe all of it, but it is true. It is all there. Um, so someday I'm gonna go write that all down. I can copy it up, but oh my gosh, printer paper on that, going back that far and that many people. Oh yeah, no. So yeah, those are just a couple of interesting facts about me. Before my marriage and things turned out like they did, I had a voice that would reach almost 4 octaves, and you can't tell it now. But it did. I like music. I'm like a big variety of music. I like classical. Ragtime is a special favorite. I like the early 70s bubblegum rock, as we called it. I like heavy metal, and I like hard rock. And that's probably about it for that. Um, I really, I really don't know what else to say. I live a simple life. I don't go for a lot of stuff. You know, I I buy necessities and I buy a few of the things that I really like. I have a belief in life, and this is probably crazy, but I believe that everybody, every woman, at least in the world, needs to buy a 1950s spaghetti poodle with cat eye glasses. Yeah, just my weird things. I have a personal motto that if I can make one person per day smile, I've succeeded, because that person might not have a smile and I might give them the one they need. So that's kind of my personal motto. Other than that, I don't like the fact I'm getting older, um, because some days my body says I am and my mind is still way back when I was young. And yeah, so getting old sucks. Um, Other than that, I guess that's really pretty much all about me. Um, you know the rest of me through my dollhouses, through the few videos I put on. I do still like making the fairy houses, although I don't do that. I enjoy needle felting. I taught myself basic knitting. I do know how to crochet. I was taught when I was young by a family of people who crocheted beautifully. Um, I did take up weaving, but haven't been back to that. I've got too many hobbies and too much stuff, and I need to clear out my craft room and my life. So yeah, everything is kind of a mess right now. My job is, for those of you who don't know, I work 4 10-hour days every week. That includes every other weekend, and that's kind of just how that is. So it takes a lot of my time because it takes me a while to get woke up in the morning, and then I tend to stay up too late. And by doing that, I am very, very tired. So anyway, that's just kind of me. And if you will care in the comments to, write back, tell me a little bit about yourselves. I mean, I kind of know some of you, Eileen and Laura. I've kind of, I've chatted with Laura quite a bit. We both used to do junk journals and that kind of stuff. So we kind of had that in common. I feel like I kind of know Eileen because we've talked back and forth too a little bit, on our comments to each other. Um, Joni, you comment a lot. Regina, um, you guys comment a lot, and I thank you, each and every one of you, for your comments. I would like more, but that's up to you. Um, and honestly, it's about all I got to say. So just a little bit about me, just so you know me a little better. Um, I want to thank you all for joining me. Um, Hope I haven't put you to sleep. Have a great day.